This is Susan Bradley for AskWoody.com, and this is Tasks for the Weekend, August 28th, 2021. Today I'm following up on a topic that I started last week in the newsletter, talking about browsing your way to more security, and talking about changing your default browser or picking a different one than what you're currently using. And it reminded me that there's other browsers out there. Now, while in the article I talked about the Brave browser, we tend to kind of gravitate to what I call the big three: Edge, Chrome, and Firefox. And we tend to forget about the other browsers that are out there. So let's bring up some of the other ones that maybe we should look at. Now, in the newsletter, I already talked about the Brave browser, and they also are providing a beta of their search engine. And both of these provide additional privacy settings and also ensure that you aren't tracked. Another one is called the Tor Browser. Now, the Tor Browser is built on the basis of anonymity and privacy. You may want to use it instead of a VPN service. Now, here's the con, and you're going to love this. The WordFence program that we use to protect the Ask Woody site from bots and other dangerous attackers hates the Tor browser. So for all of you guys out there that use VPNs that sometimes will get to the Ask Woody site and you get that lovely message that says, sorry, can't access it. Tor browser, I guarantee you if you use that, you'll have to turn it off or use a different browser for going to the Ask Woody site. This is one of those things where definitely you want additional browsers on your machine. You don't have to stick with just one. You can use a different browser when you go to different things. When you start the Tor browser, you're asked to connect to the Tor network. And this is like turning on a VPN connection. So when you connect and it establishes the connection, and again, I will demonstrate. When you go to the Ask Woody site, you'll get blocked because that's again our firewall that's on our website. So I'm working with the WordFence people and also with the Tor network, but until then, just let you know, when you come to the Tor browser, you're going to have to not use it for going to the Ask Woody site. Another thing to keep in mind is that the bandwidth is reduced when you're using a Tor browser. Again, it's using like a built-in VPN, which does slow your connection down. But if you really, really want to make sure that you are not tracked and totally anonymous, it is an option out there. And definitely it's one of those things where I suggest you have multiple browsers on your machine, not just one. And you flip back and forth depending on your needs. Another browser is Vivaldi. Another one is Opera. So let me showcase both of those. Now here's Vivaldi, and when you load it up, you're actually asked what options you want. So you can have the essentials, an add and track blocker, translations. You can also have status bars over in the classic, and if you want the fully loaded where it has mail, calendars, etc., you can choose that as well. So it gives you the option when you first start if you want that on Vivaldi. Last but not least, there's the Opera browser. Now, I missed a checkbox when I was installing it, but when Opera got installed, it automatically went in and made itself the default browser. So keep that in mind when you install these additional browsers. Some of them, if you're not careful and not paying attention, like obviously I wasn't, they may change your default browser. And so you'll want to go in and change it back to what you want, and just go into Apps. And go into what you want to change. And then usually I go over here to Default Apps, and I choose which one I want to be the default. And just a reminder, we're going to be starting soon a texting service. So if you want to be texted when those DEFCON changes are made on the site, you can get a text on there. Currently, we do have Twitter available for people, and we're in the process of beta testing the texting service, so stay tuned on that. For those of you that use Twitter, all you have to do is come up here to the MS-DEFCON and go ahead and follow the site. And then you'll be able to follow and get those alerts when it's tweeted out. As always, have a great week. Newsletter comes out tomorrow. Remember, we are on DEFCON 4 this week. Go ahead and install 2.1H1 and any other updates, the security updates for the month of August at this time. And as always, for anyone, we've got this week we've got Hurricane Ida that's in the path of some of our Ask Woody readers. I hope everyone stays safe, stay well, hunker down for those of you who are hunkering down, and get out of the way for those of you who are getting out of the way of Ida. Everyone take care, and until next time, this is Susan Bradley for AskWoody.com.